Welcome in, everyone. I made a pizza bat yesterday. I want to put. I'm thinking about putting magnets or something in so it can wrap itself up. And I gave it red eyes, or well, really pinkish eyes, like dark pink. I'm doing good. I've also been working on sorry, my brain was like, huh? Working on what? Oh, on a pumpkin spider. So that's what will work like on the second half of stream. We'll finish up. I need to make the little fang things and like two more legs, and then we'll sew it together. Just a minute. There's an alarm going off. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I figured you guys didn't want to listen to me yell at the machine, but yeah. So I made this. This little feetsies. And I got a bunch of black thread yesterday while I was at the store too. Because I think the Nevermore pattern is the first one I'm going to do when the fabric and stuff comes in on Friday. I'm going to get stuff cut up and ready to start the Nevermore. Um, this little bat still I need to do a mouth on him, and they say cut like little fangs out and attach them. I don't know. Maybe I'll use white yarn to like just embroider the fangs on versus like trying to glue felt or something. But that's the bat I made. And Boy Wonder has already claimed him. He was like, yes, I would love a pizza bat. But this is where we're on this. And I was trying to remember how I had the camera angled. I think it was more down like this. Ooh, sorry, that went more than. What if you put magnets and it's feeding and yeah, that's what I was like, have it hanging upside down. Well, the feet, there's not very much like in the way of much yarn there. It's just a couple stitches and it's not real sturdy. But I could put like a magnet in its butt. You know, if we put like a magnet in its butt, then it could hang like this. But I was thinking of putting like magnets or snaps so that it could like close its wings. And if I hide like a magnet kind of in between the stitches of both, because you make like a cone and then you sew it shut across the top. So there is space in between. If I slide like a magnet in between, you know, it'll be invisible, but then it can clip its wings shut like that. And then we could make it hang upside down. Thoughts, Devin. Thoughts are dangerous. Um, but yeah, this is where we're on. Like I said, I keep trying to figure out where exactly I had the camera. I don't know. I feel like I never know where I have anything. So, um, but this is bags like 1 through 15. And there has been like a lot less pieces in these bags. So I've been going through, a lot more. Um, and I did get the great haul over the weekend, so I have it for Saturday. However, I noticed when we got home, or when I was taking it from the hotel room back down into the car, that the tape was like peeled up. So now I'm nervous, and I'm going to check and make sure all the bags are there and like everything's there. I did get it from Barnes and Nobles and not Lego, but that's because they didn't have it at the Lego store. Um, the Lego store close to us is not like very big. So, they have to get rid of things, like stop carrying things so that they can carry newer things, which, makes sense. But And I have not watched K-pop Demon Hunters, and honestly, I probably won't. I know Steele was talking about it. She's all into it, but that's not really my thing. So I probably won't watch it. Let me get rid of that and move this up so I don't accidentally close it. Oh, we're supposed to have a rat. It's such a good movie. I loved it. There's a drama, action, romance. Yeah, it's just not my thing. I don't have anything against it. It's just I don't know. So I put our little mouse there. I'm gonna move our minifigures again. I keep moving them all over, but if we're gonna work in that area, I'll move them again. So we put our little mousy mouse, and that was the whole step was place that mouse. Oh, I guess I'll leave it closer because we're gonna work on this. Six. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, the Lego store closest to us, which is still like 3 hours. Um, is it a very? It's like in a shopping center, but it's not a very big space that they're in, so they have to, stop carrying older products so they can carry new ones as they come out. Going to Ohio on Friday, maybe we can stop by for a visit. I don't think we're on the way to Ohio, like at all. We are pretty far south. There's not much more south than us, like where we're located in the States. I don't think we're really on the way to anybody's Ohio. Oh, every stupid Merv the cat. Every time I hear Ohio, all I can remember is not Ohio. That poor cat. Pack your underpants, Merv. Okay, what does it say? So Merv the cat is a cat who can like talk. And I'm not talking like, oh, you can like thought bubbles and they put in what she's talking. I mean, they do that, but you can understand what she's saying. And they're always like, Merv, we're going to Ohio. And she's like, not Ohio. And takes off running. Okay. One in and one back. And the same on the other side. Yeah, right next to the mouse rat thing. Um, but I did order the Hogsmeade Village yesterday. I didn't think I was going to because it's pricey, but we had points built up again, so it brought it down to a more reasonable price that I was willing to pay. And Crazy and I's anniversary is actually Monday, so he got the steamboat at the Lego store, and then I ordered the Hogsmeade yesterday. So I will get all the gifts with purchase from Hogsmeade. I'll get both the Harry Potter ones and the special Hogsmeade one. I don't have like a plan on when I'll build Hogsmeade though, so I have the couple pieces of Hogsmeade from before over there. It was like two buildings and that was it. Um I'll probably I don't know where I'm gonna put it, honestly. I'm running out of top shelf space. And that's what you need because they're maybe it won't be that tall and I'll be able to fit it on a different shelf. That would be nice. I'm excited about it though. That looks like it's going to be a really nice set to build. Chocopee. Okay, that is right. And then that piece. Press the wrong button. So Steele and I decided which crochet project we're going to do. Crazy has off work, so he's going to stream more, but that's about it. And then Saturday is my stream anniversary, so we won't really do anything this weekend probably, because I have the potential to go pretty much till Sunday morning, depending on you know, viewers. And then Monday is our anniversary. So no real plans. Just finish tweaking stuff for the stream anniversary. Making sure I got everything set up correctly. Have a plan, things like that. Okay, now I'm going to push this back because it's things we will build and then add on. Yeah. This on this. Then dark on bottom. Then an angle piece on top. I am very excited to start like all Halloweeny projects. Carrot made the joke that he totally expects me to do like 1 million Halloween projects, and I probably will. I have yarn coming to make the eyeballs, like the jellyfish eyeballs that I made, but keychain size. And it was crazy because both Alex and I had the same idea. That doesn't look like the right color. It looks like it's supposed to be the same color, like the angled piece and the dot. Which, I mean, yeah, you want it like that, but I don't see a square that's the same color. Unless they want this angled piece. That makes sense. There we go. Come on, get back on there. And then the next one is 3 of these and 3 of these. So we want one of these on the front. I did get like a really good deal on on the Great Hall, though. I was excited how it turned out. So they didn't have it at the at the Lego store, like I said. And I didn't even ask them, and they're like, "Hey, we Googled it. They have it at the Barnes and Noble close to here." And I was like, "That's fantastic. Thank you so much." They totally didn't have to look. And I mean, they are kind of, telling you to go somewhere else to buy it. But I mean, I guess it's all Lego. Like you're still buying the same thing. You're not buying that store's brand or anything like that. Um, but uh, I went up to the register and I was like, "How much is the membership to Barnes and Noble?" And they're like, "It's $40 a year." And they're like, "You'd save 10% on this." So that meant I saved $20 on the set. And then because I have their other thing, like you earn for every so many points, you earn $5. And so then I turned around and I earned $20 in rewards, so I didn't actually pay for the Barnes and Noble membership. According to girl math, I didn't pay anything. Okay, now we're gonna put this as the rest of this. It's hard to like press down in between those. I imagine there's not really a good way though, because if you put those on first and then tried to put the bar underneath, it would just pop them off anyway. So okay, and then we've got a fair amount of extra parts, but there are also parts that are always extra, like the slants or the little cubes or quarter circles. Okay, and from our bag of unmarked plates, we need this one. Snickety snackety. Okay. I also think I'm going to put the Wheel of Chaos into the thing on Saturday, but more along the lines of like after we finish the build and there's time left, like every hour I can spin the wheel and see what project we do. I'm going to have unbuilding for biddies as well. See, there's not very many pieces in these bags. Um, I'll probably play games some on Saturday. Um, fill time. And I know Kevin had mentioned wanting to do a game together sometime during that. But I won't stream this Sunday because unless I don't go the full 24 hours because I sleep. But sometimes I play games, randomly, like when I split the stream, do Lego building plus a little bit of games all on the same stream. I meant to check my Steam and make sure all my games were up to date before I got on today, but I forgot. Oh, I got an itch. Oh, I hate when you get an itch in your ear, and I think it's really there's a piece of hair. There we go. That feels better. It was a hair or hairs. Okay, that one. is a different color. Okay, that looks right. Okay. So this one first. Then this one. Turn. There we go. It did not want to turn. Oh, they wanted 2. I thought they wanted 3. I thought it was 3 then 2, but it's 2 then 3. Did you leave the door open? Oh. It's baby kitty time. Maybe that's too long. Boop. Rub your face. Okay, then the other one's facing the opposite direction. There we go. Itchy, itchy. Yeah, I must have touched or brushed up against something yesterday, and I was sitting here crocheting, and like this whole side of my arm was like covered in a rash. It's mostly gone away this morning, but I was like, I don't even know what I touched. I tease that the kids are allergic to air. I might be where they get that from. Woo! Congrats, Devin. You caught the pokies. Come on. There we go. Okay, this is the longer piece. Apparently, I'm having trouble holding on to these little pieces. 1, lighter, and 3. So I want one of these, then the orange, then another of these. Yeah, so I had to run and get more yarn last night because I couldn't finish the bat because I ran out of the one color, and I needed like a brown to do the pumpkin stem. So we went out and grabbed that. And while I was there, I was like, I'm going to grab like 16s of the black cross stitch thread because I want to do the Nevermore. And that's one color to do, like the whole thing only has one color, and that's black. And so I was like, I'm going to grab a bunch. maybe it's too much, maybe it's not enough, but either way, I'm set. Okay, that was bag 17. And again, only normal things left over. Look how tiny bag 18 is. Like, that's it. I feel like I build so fast doing this set, but because of the way I'm going through bags. But also, I think it's more along the lines of there's just not very many pieces in the bag. Welcome in, Mal. I hope you're having a good day. Okay, that's the lighter one. Is it you? It is you. Cool. I'm doing good. I am trying not to feel like, I don't know. I feel like I was talking about I've talked about it before with this set because I've done it to third session doing it. But I had tried to like put a number limit on like the bags I do per stream to kind of stretch things out. But this set, it's my first one building for Bricklink, and I still love it, but I feel like there's hardly any pieces in the bags, which then I think I'm building like uber fast, but really it's just there's no pieces, like very many pieces in the set. Like in each bag, I should say. Because it's 45 bags, which is like what Hogwarts and stuff was at like 6,000 pieces, or Gringotts at 4,000 pieces. And there's just under 2,800 pieces in this. So that same amount of bags, but like 2,000 less pieces. So then I keep thinking, wow, I'm just blazing through these. I must be like not trying to slow myself down. But yeah, like, so then my brain is like, no, yes, no, and I keep going back and forth. Yeah, it's got me all discombobulated. See, like this is bag 19, and if you like fold it, there's like only a third of the bag is filled with pieces. So it gets me all wonky. Right. So then I'm like, you're building too fast. You've built 3 bags and it's only been like 30 minutes, or 2 bags and it's only been 30 minutes. But there's just not a lot of pieces in each bag. So it's getting me all messed up. It's not that I don't like to set it. That's totally not what I'm saying. But it's just got me a little wonky. Okay, Devin, see you later. I really like this set. I like the way it looks. It's a nice build. There's been like the way they've used pieces like to make it look like the waterfall is flowing. I really like it. It's just it's got me a little all combobulated with the amount of pieces per bag and things like that. It says there should be 5. Where are you, fifth one? Did I do one wrong somewhere? Nope, there's those 5, those 5. And this is right, and that's right. And this is right. So, did one stay in the bag, maybe? Nope. Oh, it rolled near there. There we go. This is it's technically the second set I bought from Bricklink, like through their, they have the series where people almost like Lego ideas, same kind of concept, people submit patterns, build sets, and then you vote on them, but unlike the ideas, Bricklink bases them just on which one's got the most votes during that time. They pick like 5 sets, um, and then you do they do it like a pre-order, and so you order them during that time, and then like roughly 3 months later, they're shipped to you. And this is the second one I've bought, but the first one I've actually built. Because the other one I bought is a chocolate factory, like a chocolatier factory, but it has like winter vibes to it to me. So I've been saving it for like fall, winter time to build. Not necessarily Christmas, but like it's got, I don't know. My brain, like, does it really have that, or does that just how my brain chose to remember it? But for whatever reason, it gives me Christmas winter vibes. So I've been holding off till it's wintry. And the other one I ordered in this last uh pre-order is like it's called like Transylvania Adventure or something like that. And it's got like Dracula's castle basically. Put this here with this in there. And we want 2 of these. One of you and one of you. Me to worry when I see you fading in the dark. I'll leave a light for you. Okay. I was worried that was going to happen as I was getting it in position. Okay. Same kind of thing on the other side, it looks like. Not you. You. I think the next pre-order event thing with new sets is October. It didn't have me attached that, did it? No. Okay. I'm gonna set that down and go to this. In the hole. Okay. Ow, pinch my finger between 2. Okay, that looks like it's in the right place. Now we get to do it again. Ooh, but slightly different. Ah. No, we want it this way. And we want like this. Then like that. Okay, hold it like this. If I can get one of these gripped in my hand. Come on. Okay. Then I was like, I'm gonna need detail about how you making that connect. Looks like there and there. So it can lift up a little bit, but I think it's not really meant to lift up so much as just be angled like that. What am I supposed to have? Yep, it shows just that blank space. Just normal pieces left over. Scoot this back so I can jump this bag. Yeah, so in an effort to kind of come up with like a compromise between, since the amount of bags wasn't working, I essentially do like 2 hours of the building and then I switched to something else. It was the cross stitch because I was working on the cross stitch for the stitch along. But now it's oh and there were only 2 stickers in this set, so yay for that. Um Now I finished that and I'm waiting for an order to come in with like different yarn and stuff. So today we'll probably work on finishing up a crochet pumpkin spider. Oh, Kitty singing the song of her peoples. Come on, focus. That's the sticker. And let's turny, 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 turn. Turny, 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 turn. It was right there. Mm-hmm. I caught a nose pass. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And one of you, one of you, and one of you. We've got all different colors. So we want this one. And then this one. And then this one. Mm-hmm. If you fall affection, down my upset. Come on. It's not. There we go. Did not want to sneak underneath there. let's see. This. Sorry, this plug does not look like it looks like it's just slightly angled off. There we go. I did get the couple patterns I bought for crochet a little cheaper this time because on her Etsy site, I've been buying them just from her website, but her Etsy page had a sale, which made it just a little cheaper. And I'm all about that. All those pennies add up. And I remembered to go to Ibotta first before I went to the Lego and did my order. That way I can earn a little bit of cash back there too. Not very much, but again, all those pennies add up. Oh, right here. 1, 2, 3, all on top of each other. Why not use a regular size brick then? Or half brick? I don't know. Maybe it's just a slightly different height. I'm sure there's a reason. That looks the same height to me, though. So, I'd say we're getting into the spooky season in my house, except there's like spooky stuff that just never comes down. It's just up all year round. Because I love the spooky season. But I am working on spooky season craft projects. And I know Carrot was talking about wanting to do not necessarily a stitch along next month, but more like everybody do kind of a craft with the same theme. So, like spiders or fall or whatever, and then share your pictures of like what crafts you did fitting that theme. Which is kind of cool. Everybody, you whatever craft you like, and then just share. Nope, you're not that the right brick. There we go. One back, not there. Okay. 1, 2, 3 for this brick. We want to double them up. Yeah, but so many cool new sets came out. And on the 15th, or it came out yesterday on the 1st. And then on the 15th, what is essentially the Black Pearl, they call it like Captain Jack Sparrow's ship, but the Black Pearl is coming out. It is going to be a bit pricey, but I feel like that's almost a given at this point. We put this window here, which isn't a window per se because it doesn't have any window panes in it, like, glass panes, whatever. I didn't mean to turn that. There we go. 1, 2. Look at my shoe. Be straight. I am going to rearrange my desk a little bit for Saturday just to make sure I have room, um, to move things around. So I'm probably going to take the sorting bin off my desk and like put it underneath and clean up a little bit more. So this is bag 20. It's just a little baby bag, and it's like half a baby bag. But we have a new minifig in this one. So I'll move this out of the way for a second. Here's his hat, his head, his beard. We have a torso and legs, and it doesn't look like he's carrying anything, like nothing in his hands. Let's put his beard on. Then no double-sided minifigure face. And then his little hat. I feel like he needs a walking stick or something. I don't know why. Chicka. And I have bins already. That way, if I have to do unbuilding, I can put, the pieces. I just have to pay attention as I'm unbuilding if it changes from like one bag to the next, kind of a deal. That way, I can attempt to be a little bit more organized. Oops, not you. Another need this one. Middle. Stay forever in life. I Ooh, I think we're making another bookcase. Like another bookshelf. All the unbuilds. I know. I'm going to be prepared for it as I can be to stay as organized as possible. Will I still not be completely organized or prepared? Yes. So we got little wand boxes. No matter what we do with these, to me, they will always be wand boxes. Makes a cute little box there. We'll have ads somewhere in the next 5 minutes. And when they pop up, I don't build during the ads, but I will make sure or check if I have any updates for any games in Steam because I meant to do that this morning. I try to check like once or twice a week at like the main library. Of course, if I go to click on a game, it'll do it, but like I try to do like a general. Oop, there we go. So we have that. Oh, we just keep going. I was like, okay, we're done building with this. We're gonna attach it now. Nope, we're just keep going. Don't pinch your fingers in the brick, or in between the bricks, rather. Ooh, here we go. Here's the bookshelf part. We gotta gather up all our colors here. So we want this first, then a dark blue. We can move the beard out of the way. We know that's gonna be extra. Blue. I almost said beard again. Okay, I gotta look at this color better in the light. No, none of those look correct. Did I accidentally? I did use it. The exact thing I was worried about was that I used it somewhere else because sometimes the colors, like unless you like put them up against another one, they look very similar. There we go. Now, sorry, like auburn type color. Then it shows a brown, this pumpkin spicy color, like orangish, and then this lighter, and then a green, a light blue, and this darker brown cap. And then, ta-da! Look at all our books. And then this one is just kind of resting in there. They have it tilted. Let's see if I can get it to tilt. There we go. Okay, it didn't tell me to put it anywhere yet. It just said end of bag. And again, like it's making me very discombobulated as far as bag counts go. I should have just figured out like do 11 bags a stream and make it last like 2 weeks essentially, but I didn't. I just freaked out. Feces occurs. Maybe a heads up for the next one I built from them that, I knew that was going to happen. Because it's not really held in there by anything, so. Because I just want it to angle, which is great, but as you are building, it's just going to fall out. See, like that. So I'm just going to set it right here so I don't keep bumping it and eventually lose it. Oh, see, ads are starting in about a minute, and they will go for 3 minutes, and then we will be good for the next hour. I do not build during the ads, so you won't miss anything that way. Um, if you have turbo, you know, you don't get ads because that's the whole point of turbo. But if you are subbed, you also don't get ads. That's not like some ploy to get you to sub. It's just facts. Um, let's gather our pieces. Toot toot. But then we'll be good for another hour. And I know ads are annoying, but doing them this way gets rid of pre-rolls, so it's the best outcome we can hope for. Because you can't get rid of ads altogether. So they do add a little bit to the stream, like monetarily, um, and all those pennies do add up over time. Um, but yes, hopefully you will stick around through the ads, and if not, that's okay. I understand. So let me clip it on. There's another row of books, and they've done it again. Let's add that little piece that's just going to keep falling out. We'll put it up there. Gray, then blue. Or brown, not blue. Rain, where are you? 1, 2 gray, 2 brown covers, 2 gold dots. We're in ads. I'm going to quick do like I said and make sure nothing in my Steam library needs a little updatey. Infinity Nikki has an update, and Magic the Gathering. What in my wish list is on sale? Captain of Industry, Jurassic World Evolution, the first game. Blueprints, but it's still like $24. And then, of course, the expansions for Jurassic World Evolution 2. 2 Point Museum is on sale. Is this one player or multiplayer? Let's check it out. It is single player, so it's gotta be. Let's see if I can get these to angle and stay in. Well, that one didn't angle at all. That's how they're supposed to sit. But they don't stay. We'll see. Welcome back, everyone. Um, like I said, I didn't build during the ad. I fiddled with these trying to get them to like stay in the spot, but those things were already there before we went to ads, so I don't count that. Because this is how they're supposed to sit, like this angled, which is cute. Don't get me wrong, I like it, but they don't really stay there, so we'll have to see some way to get them to stay. Figure it out. So we're supposed to hold this like this, and that back there, and that here, and halfway. Okay. Ooh, there we go. Square that up. Are we gonna do the same thing on the other side? We are. Okay, then these two on top like this. So we got a big old fancy bookcase. And let me turny. Hold that there so those don't fall out as I'm trying to get it into position. Okay, so they're supposed to like tip, like be in there, but be like a book angled. Well, I don't think that they're gonna stay. I will have to figure out something else to get them to stay. Sorry, my camera's like, there's somebody outside. But to be honest, um there's multiple stray cats in our area, and the cats like set the camera off all the time just walking in our carport. So, and there's a calico one. She's been wandering. I've seen her like 3 times this morning on the camera. So my thought is that it's probably her again. So I'm not too terribly worried about it. And by no means am I like, "Ugh, I need to adjust it so the cat doesn't set it off." I'm like, oh, look at the wildlife that was in our carport overnight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Broken. I am a machine. I'm not a mate. Just feel something. It's being human. Taking it for granted. It's beautiful. Okay, we're gonna do it again. Two birdies and a squirrel. So, and a froggy. So, we put our froggy over here and her little piece of, foliage there. Then we have a birdie here and a squirrel. If I don't drop it twice. There. This is what the birdie looks like. It's got a little yellow beak. And then this birdie is sitting on a leaf in the water. But we have a little squirrel and another bird and our froggy. Go. A wild pharaoh thorn is loose in chat. If anybody wants to do the pokies. Did I put that in the wrong place? No, that's in the right place. Then the next one basically doesn't show this piece in the thing, but then the next one it's there again. Okay, talk about confusing. Crazy, and I caught the pokies. Okay. A leaf. Okay, we're gonna put the leaf on the little nub block thing and put it right there. Welcome in, Dusa. I think third is still available if you would like third. Welcome in. I hope you're having a good day. We are just blazing through these bags. I've come to the conclusion today that I should have just done like, because like I was trying to explain it, kind of why I was getting a little like discombobulated with the bags, because like Hogwarts, the big Hogwarts is like 6,000 pieces, and even Gringotts, which was like 4,500, 5,000, something like that. They were both like 45 bags. And this set is 45 bags, except it's just under 2,800 pieces, which is like half the amount of pieces, but the same amount of bags. So I should have just thought of it, kind of more as a medium set versus a large set, and just broke it down into 4 streams and did like 11 bags a stream. I don't know. This is it's the second Bricklink set I've bought, but the first one like that I've opened and done, and there's just not a lot of pieces in a lot of the bags. So like a lot of the bags wind up being like this, where there's just like, if you smush it down, only like a third of the bag is full of pieces. Right? Like even this is what I call like a buddy bag. It's only like really maybe half full. So like they just didn't put a lot of pieces in the bags, which is fine, but it like threw me off. Because, I went to trying to do it to like 4 to 5 bags a stream to extend the pieces, because they were like 4,000 piece sets, and I didn't want to get like myself caught up. Like the bigger Harry Potter sets and stuff. So my brain went to that and like only do 4 bags, but then there was like 4 bags were done in an hour, and I was like, what the heck? But I should have just thought of it as more like a medium size set based on the piece count, and not got hung up on how many bags. Just split it up over 4 streams and done 11 bags. And then the last one, 12 bags, But I got like hung up on like, oh my God, I didn't like put the two together in my head, I guess. I don't know. I never know. So, Crazy did redeemed Bricklink, and here's where we were or are. It's gonna be a little record player. Yeah, but I've been like unnecessarily stressing about like how many bags I'm doing, which is, just I guess normal for me, unnecessarily stressing. No matter how much I try not to stress, certain things just, I don't know. But anyway, I've the end of today, if we're at around 33, then fine. I'm not gonna, So what I had, my fallback plan, was essentially like 2 hours of building, and then the last hour something else. Or like on Thursdays when I do 4 hours, like 2 hours of building and 2 hours of something else. So this is our step. We finished up this kind of like lip. And then they wanted us to attach it, but I had attached it a while ago because, honestly. And I have bag 4 on my desk here somewhere. Yep, right here. So I'll open up bag 4 and dump it in that. Dump it in our brick tax container. That way it's ready for next time somebody chooses brick tax. But so I wasn't gonna get Hogsmeade Village because it's like $400, and life, other bills, things like that. We all have a budget. But I looked yesterday, and we had points that made it more reasonable to purchase. So I did get Hogsmeade Village yesterday with all the gifts with purchase. And over the weekend I did pick up the Great Hall, so that I have it for this Saturday. Because that was the voted on set. So it was so cool. So hubby had a conference last week, um, about 3 hours from here, so not terribly far. And we've been trying to do like different things around the state. They have like a bunch of caves you can walk through. I have the small one too over there. I liked this one because there's lots of things that attach to it, like the potions classroom, the the allery, the boathouse. There's a bunch of like other. I think the dueling one is supposed to go with it, and then the new staircase they count or the new tower they came out with connects to it. So they're making them like modular, but you know what I mean? They're all supposed to attach and build like a big Hogwarts castle in the end, is what I've heard. Because the new flying classroom or flying set is supposed to attach to the new stair tower thing, the big tower. But anyway, so we've been trying to do things like around the state. So I drove up with the kids on Friday so that we could do things around there. Um, and there's a Lego store near there. So we went to it and they didn't have the Great Hall. So I was like, oh, well, I'll just look it up like Barnes and Noble, whatever, when I have a minute. And while we were still walking around and looking, um, one of the workers was like, I looked it up for you. The local Barnes and Nobles has it in stock, it says. And I was like, that was so great because they didn't have to do that. I mean, technically, it's not like they're telling me to go buy somebody else's brand. It's all still Lego. You know, they're just telling me to get it from somewhere else than their store. But, Lego gets their money no matter what. Um, so we went to to the Barnes and Nobles to get it. And when I got to the register, I was like, how much is like your yearly membership thing where you save 10%? And they're like, it's $40. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. So I wound up saving $20 on the set with the discount and then earning another $20 in points at Barnes and Noble. So I look at it as I didn't pay anything for the membership. But I was like, it's so cool that they're like, here, let me look it up for you. Like I didn't ask. I was just like, oh, okay, I'll find it somewhere else then. And they're like, no, we'll help you. Okay, it's gonna be up in this area. Let's try to find the little pieces. Are they not in here? I figured they'd be in here because they're little quarter pieces, but I guess not. Well, yeah, it was double points last week, but it was also double points for Barnes and Noble over the weekend. Like any purchases you made, you got double your points through Barnes and Noble. Not like double your Lego points, but like their version of points. So that's how I earned like essentially the membership for free between buying the set and saving on it and like earning the points, their points. There they are. I just had to smushy the parts a special way. Okay, we want. But the hubby, because my 2-year stream anniversary is this Saturday. And then the following Monday is our anniversary, like our wedding anniversary. So he got the steamboat while we were at the Lego store, and that the points for that combined with the points we already have made I keep wanting to say Gringotts made Hogsmeade Village more reasonable in price for me to buy, so it all worked out. So it was this part. Yeah, the Barnes and Noble, they call them stamps, but yeah, essentially the same thing. Which I mean, with the discount, like the membership and getting the discount, instead of getting a lot of my Legos at like Target, I'll just go to Barnes and Nobles instead and save the money and earn stamps. Okay, I think we're gonna have to tip that a little bit to the inside. There we go. Oh, and so cool. We went shopping. I was at Target doing getting some stuff, and in the school aisle, these keyboards were 70% off, right? And Target Circle, like if you're a red card member, they started this new thing where they give you like three options and you can pick one of them as like your gift for the month. So this one was like $5 off. Heyday is what I chose. So I only paid $2.50 for this little Bluetooth. It's Bluetooth and USB keyboard. So now when I'm trying to type, instead of having to like try to way over the Legos or push them out of the way, I can just type on my little keyboard. I had been looking at ones, and they did go on sale at one point. Like not the Heyday ones, but like a Logitech or whatever. Um, they were on sale for like $20 at Target for like back to school season. And I was like, do I really want to spend $20? And then I was like, no. And look, now I got one for $2.50. Fantastic. I love when I find a sale. So if you need a new USB slash um Bluetooth wireless keyboard, maybe check Target in the back to school section. They've got a bunch of them on like markdown discount. Or even if you just want to have a backup one in case that way if yours dies, you'll have a backup ready. I do that a lot. I have one, but I'm going to keep one just hanging about in case. Okay. I think two in from each side is right. Yep. I made I made a pizza bat yesterday. And I'm thinking about putting magnets in him so he can hug himself. But Devin also said to put like a magnet in his butt, and then we could clip him to the shelf and he could be like a hangy bat. But he's a pizza bat. He's got pepperoni wings. And today, my plan, after I do the Lego buildy portion, um, is to work on finishing up a pumpkin spider I'm making. He's got multiple eyes. Is it something there? No, okay, good. I didn't miss anything. Ooh, we're gonna build a staircase, like a ladder. I think we did this in the museum too. We built a ladder this way. So it'll go like that. A tango female. Can I have them mate and make other Pokemon that way. But I bought like a spooky, witchy themed um cross stitch book. It has like 25 designs in it. Um and I ordered some thinner yarn to make um the eyeball jellyfish, but like keychain size. I have not. I can only imagine what some of them are considered worth. And I say considered because, like, if you're not into Pokemon, you don't think the price is worth it. So it's like, I say considered because it's only worth it if you're into it. Yeah, like I said, I can imagine what some of them are priced at, like what they're considered worth in the Pokemon world. I mean, my kids have some that when you like scan them, come out to be like not crazy crazy, but to me $60 for one card is crazy. Like I would not pay $60 to get them a card. Yeah, I mean my kids play Pokemon and we do like the Pokemon Go and stuff like that. Um but I've not built any of the like builds. I know Rad Builds was trying to collect them and build them. So every time I saw them at like Target or when we were at Barnes and Nobles or whatever, I would message him and be like, "Do you have this one? If not, check this, check Barnes and Nobles on the website or your local one." I mean, the kids, like I said, the kids play Pokemon and we play with them, so we each have cards and the kids have a ton of cards. But I'm not like we buy them random packs or what are they considered? Like the boxes that have like um the command boxes or whatever it is, like you get at Christmas time. I guess they have them all year round, but we only really buy them at Christmas. It comes with like so many packs to open, sleeves, dice, the coin. Yeah, the trainer boxes. So we get those, but I have never like gone and specifically like looked for a certain card to buy them. And like some fate, like I said, to me $60 is crazy. Like you scan the card and it's like this card is worth $65 and I'm like, holy crap. For a little bit of plastic, a little bit of paper. Like in the grand scheme, some of those cards are worth way more than $60, but like to me it's a good example. Like I would not go out and spend $60 on just a single card. So to me, it's still crazy, right? I like the like mystery Christmas morning, opening up the packet and seeing what you get. Welcome in, Alex. I hope you're having a good day. But yeah, I love just opening packs and seeing what you get. Did I open the wrong bag? It said 24. Oh, I opened 26. No wonder none of the pieces match. How did I open 26? We'll just boop, boop all that back in the bag and find the right bag. I was like, excuse me, sir. There's no pieces that color even in this bag that I dumped out. Yep, they fell down. That's why. They fell down on the stack. Wow. Yeah, I'd be tired too. Because even if you like fell asleep, like if they messaged you and said, "Hey, we'll be home," or called you and said, "We'll be home around this time," you know, you fall asleep, but you really only get a nap, and then you get, wake up so that you're awake for when he comes home, and then trying to go back to sleep. Listen, just get on the thing. Don't fight with me. But yeah, I like opening packs. Like, and then they just go in a binder, but I like the whole, like, open the pack, see what you get. And sometimes I'll watch, like, other people open packs, like people who are way into it and on, like, the reels and stuff. And they're like, they open it up, and instead of just being like, oh my God, look how cute this card is, or the artistry on this card is, da da da, they're like, oh, didn't get any special ones. And they're like, right on to the next pack. And I'm like, you're like, if all you're in it for is like special cards, maybe don't do package openings. I do too, more than anything. I'm like, oh, look at this guy. He's crocheted. I mean, I have 7 other ones of this card, but this guy is crocheted. Like, I don't care. I don't care if I have a million of the same cards. Like, the art is all different. Every couple ones you get different art on them. Or every time they, like, do a new release, like a new set, you get, sometimes the cards are still the same card. There's like minute changes to their moves or whatever, but the art is always different, and I like the different art. Yeah, the kids build decks based on like the cards they already have. Um like I said, we've never gone out and bought like a specific card for them to like flesh out a deck they're trying to build. And Fantasy really enjoys building like different decks. And then she'll like try them out and then be like, okay, I'll change this to make it better, or, stronger or whatever. We have in the past where the kids would pay like 35 bucks and they would get the pre-release box, and then they'd have to make a deck like right there, and then they compete against kids their own age with that deck. They've done that in the past. So where we're located now, we're kind of in between things. So like roughly a half an hour in either direction, there are slightly bigger towns that have like game stores and stuff in it, but not in our town. So I haven't really looked for one, because when they used to do it, it was like 10 minutes from the house was the game store. But yeah, the same thing. They really liked it because you have no idea what's going to be in there. Especially when it was like the pre-release. Like, there's always like leaks to some, like, hey, this is one of the new cards or whatever, but you don't really know what all cards are going to be in it. Okay. everything but the deep browns on either side. Let's see if I can get all the. Oh, I did it. I just almost clipped you in my pocket. Pocket clips. Pocket clips. We'll make that a new thing. Pocket clips. God knows what you could clip me accidentally saying and then take it completely out of context. That's dangerous. Uh-oh. I heard something ping. Oh, one of these. I knew they weren't going to stay. I'm going to have to find a way to keep those in there. Then the top. Lauren Dabbing. It sounds familiar, but I'm not 100%. But in fairness, half the time I don't know the name that goes with something. Like with music and stuff, it's kind of the same way. I'll be like, I love that. And they're like, who sings it? I don't know. I couldn't even tell you the song name. I just know I like this song. She released a cover of Oh. Oh. I'll have to look that up. Look at Alex, I made a pizza bat. I'm very excited about this pizza bat, like probably a little bit too much, but look at his wings, they're pizza slices. Right? I was thinking about putting magnets so that you could make it hug itself. Like slipping magnets in between the layers so that it can hug itself. And then Devin said to put one in its butt so that we could hang it like a pizza bat. I have to put his mouth on and his little, vampire teeth, but I have not done that yet. But he's so cute. The lady who makes this pattern also makes like a pizza snake. So it's like a little mini pizza and then a snake around the edge. And then she makes a pizza toad or pizza frog. I forget whether she says it's a toad or a frog. But so its legs are like this same color crust. And then like the back of the frog is a pizza. And now I kind of need all the pizza animals. But it's a pizza bat. When Carrot made the joke that I'm gonna have 1 million Halloween items done, he was not wrong. I loves the anything spooky related, even vaguely. So we went like a month or so ago. Did I tell you what Joe came home with? I know you said you gave your sister so much money for him and he got like 2 stuffies and something else, but did he come home with more? Anyway, we went to like a cave, like you can walk through. It was in a state park. And that one had they 2 tours. One is currently closed mainly because they don't have enough people to do both tours. And the second one is like harder, more like physically taxing to do. So they opted to just keep the easier one that's liable to attract more people open. And so we went through there. That one didn't have any bats. You can see bats on like the other tour that is currently closed. 4 plushies, a seahorse necklace, and a purple geode. Listen, He had hey, listen, that's a good use of his money. He got 6 things for $50 at the price everything is nowadays. That's not a bad deal. He got a lot of stuff. Um, but the tour we went on this time, you don't walk like completely through the cave. You only walk a little bit in and then have to come back out the way you went in. But this one had bats just all flying around. And I kept thinking if I held still, that one might land on me. It did not. It was a sad day. Crazy did get bat slapped though. There he was, just walking back like the tour guide said, and the bat slapped him right in the face with its wing. Yeah, I'm not complaining. It's what I expected him, right? But I'm saying though, like that's a good deal. He could have totally got swindled with one plushie for like $50. Because sometimes those plushies are crazy expensive. So he did a good job. He got a good amount of things for the $50. £50. Oh, I did do that wrong. They did want it on top. I think these are going to be chairs. Maybe? Yes, chairs. Yeah, like we go places and they're like, hey, look at this plushie. I'm like, oh my God, that's so cute. You pick it up and you're like, not for $45. Like it's a plushie. So, I mean, he did a good deal. 4 of them plus a necklace and a geo. That's a good deal. The kids did those like panning for gems or whatever when we were at the cave. One of them got like a fossil. It was supposed to have more fossils in it and less, or no gems and all fossils. And the other one got all gems, no fossils. So, yeah, some of them are just like, you're like, really? I could go to Build a Bear and it'd still be cheaper. So we got little chairs. I don't know what my camera does to it, but this is it's a different teal than what is showing up on my camera. I don't know what my camera's issue is, but okay. It should be 3 back, 2 in. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it helps if I count correctly. Right there. And then it looks like 1 over for this. I think I did that right. Oh, we can't see. We've gotten taller since I adjusted my camera to start with the big English tree. So we got little chairs. 1, 2, no, just 1 and 1. I wanted what's this? The kids have. Oh, you know what helps is if I have it pointing in the right direction when I do this. That book does not want to stay. Okay, let me move my mouse out of the way so the cord doesn't get stuck. Maybe I should look into a cordless mouse for this too. Okay, let's try this again. There's already a thing there. Okay, hold please while I go back up and see what is. Yeah, that's where that belongs. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Sorry. This has happened a couple times in this build. So two over and three back, and then a whole row in between, and then so there's already this block here, and now they want me to put that block there. So I don't know how they want that to happen. And I mean, it's in the correct position because if I turn it around, right, and trying to make sure I didn't like. No, that's right. It's supposed to be like, the very like angly here corners touching, and then this isn't supposed to be there, like, the one pass. So that is already there. Where do they? So earlier when I was building, like, one piece was there, and then the next step it wasn't, but then in the step after that one it was there again. So it was very weird. So there's that. So they want me to put this. It shows it like literally where that piece is. That's why I went back, because I was like, was I in the wrong direction? But no, because they're on those steps they were showing, like, with the open back stuff, towards you guys. Um, yeah, it's like they took that piece out and didn't realize it. Because let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, they want it next to it. Okay, that's why I was like, because it's on an angle. Ooh, these things I keep popping off. It's angled like this in the instruction booklet, so you don't really like see this work at all. But now it's making sense. Okay. Minor panic attack averted. Minor crises averted. Okay. This way. And this way. Then on this one, the same thing. This way. And this way, but skip 2 and do that. I love this song, and I know it's inappropriate. I don't care. You know what it reminds me of? The the other band from like late 90s, early 2000, where they're like, stick your hands down my pants and I bet you feel nuts. This song has that same feeling to it. Yeah, the Bloodhound Gang. This song has that same feel to it. and I am here for it. Okay, let's. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn it a little bit to make sure I can see to get it at the right spot. There we go. So it's weird that the chairs are facing in. Maybe it'll wind up being like a open air thing. Because I was like, if we keep building this wall up and then block it all, that's gonna, I don't know. So I was working on that yesterday while Crazy was streaming, and then I ran out of the main body color, and I was like, well, I'll just start on the pumpkin spider. And then I got so far into that and realized I needed brown for like the pumpkiny stem. So I was like, okay, I'll stop here. Like I'll start on the feet, the legs, and then we'll see how far we get with that. And then when Crazy was done streaming, we went to the store and I got okay. Boob saved the day again. So I finished the bat yesterday because I like did the pepperonis and all the other stuff I could do, and then because we needed to go out and run other errands, so I didn't want to like go out twice, and I could have just ran across to Walmart like I don't know 10 minutes from our house, but I had Michael's points, so and then plus spend there, use the points, then earn more points for more money, round and round we go. Um, so that's what we wound up doing. And I picked up a bunch of black skeins so that way when my order comes in on Friday, I will have the right Ada cloth and the black to get started on the Nevermore cross stitch. So it says Minor Indigo. Does that mean like it's a different special version of that Pokemon than you normally get? It's obviously not shiny because it would say shiny, but just different. I always figure it's got to be different when they make a distinction like that. Okay, we're gonna make some overhangy, detaily thing. Nope, not that one. This one. Ow. I keep pinching my finger between, pinching the skin between these pieces. Okay, which way do they want it? Because that's not an even. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 on this side, 4 on this side. Okay. Then we want 1, 2, not you. 1 and 1. So we want 1 on top. on the very end. Then we need 1, 2, 3, and 3 of you guys. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you guys. Oop, we're gonna have ads in about a minute. They will go for 3 minutes. And I don't build during the breaks, so you know, you won't in theory miss anything. They go for 3 minutes and then we're good for another hour. I know ads are annoying, but doing them this way I think is the best compromise. You get rid of pre-rolls and things like that. If you have turbo, you don't get ads, but you know that's the whole point of turbo. And if you're subbed, you don't get ads. Not a ploy to sub, just merely just that's how it is. Let's see if we can finish up this bag in the minute there is left, and then we can set up for crochet in the break. I probably can't, but we're gonna try. Then again, all that looks like it's left is like random little pieces, so come on, get on there. I did do it. Whoop whoop. Whoop dee dee whoop. And then we'll start with the bag I accidentally opened on Thursday. I rolled it all up, and I'll stick it in here too to kind of help it from opening. And that's our extra bag thing. So that was bag 25. We have like 20 bags left. Give or take. Let me hide this back in there so I don't lose it. Okay, let's pull you. This set has lots of things that don't actually stick to anything, though. I shouldn't say lots, it's 3. It's 3 whole things. But it's enough that things move when you move it. I'm going to hide it underneath the, see if I can hide it underneath the table a little bit. There we go, that'll keep that in place. Okay, so I need this, that, and this for my and my little pen and my little scrap piece of paper to help me stay on task with what row I'm on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Pull the yarn, pull the yarn. I think I only I have to finish the one I'm making and then one more leg. 2, 3. Okay. Oh, my legs are tangled up. 2, 4, 5, 6. Yep. There we go. Okay. I can close that. Welcome in. Welcome back, everyone, from ads, and welcome in, Insane Ninja. Do you have a preference, Insane or Ninja? I didn't ask the other day. Helps if I type right. There we go. We just finished our Legos portion. Oh, I need to change it to makers and crafters. Okay. I just asked because if you have a preference, I would prefer, I want to go by your preference. Okay, there we go. Update. Okay, there we go. I made a pizza bat yesterday. I've shown it like 10 times, but I don't care. I'm mildly obsessed with it. Um, I made pizza bat, and then because I ran out of color and I didn't want to just go to the store for one thing, I wait and do all my errands at once, kind of a deal. I started working on this pumpkin. Yeah, I did it in one day. Um, I started working on then this pumpkin spider yesterday. And so we're just finishing it up. I need to finish this leg and do one more leg, and then it's little like, you know, tenek. I forget what she calls them in the thing. Uh, what does she call them in the? Oh, I'm not sure I can pronounce that. Anyway, the little fangy things, the little spider fang things. I need to make those two, and then we'll assemble. But yes, let's see. I turn the light up a little bit when I crochet so you guys can just so I can see a little bit better and you guys can see a little better. However, it makes like my white shirt near reflective, so I'm sorry about that. I know hubby was like, it's so creepy with all its eyes. And I'm just so happy I don't have to try to stuff fiber fill down these tiny little legs. You put a pipe cleaner down it to like give it bendability. Which the pipe cleaners I have, I just randomly bought because one of my kids, they didn't need to be any kind of specific color or whatever. One of my kids was doing crazy hair day, and we needed them to like put in their braid to help like make their braid bendy. So I just bought whatever. So they're actually like animal themed pipe cleaners, which is kind of funny. This is my pen I bought at the book sale a couple weeks ago. Okay, that should make 11. Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I'm right. So this is like a finished leg with the pipe cleaner already in it, and it's bendy. So we can make our spider look weird. I've thought about adding magnets to the bat to like so its wings can like clip over, like it's hugging itself. And then somebody suggested actually, not somebody, Devin, suggested I put like a magnet in its butt so you can like hang it upside down. He suggested the feet, but the feet aren't very like strong because there's just a couple little stitches to give like the general outline of feet. So I don't think it would be like strong enough. not sturdy enough, I guess is better. Um, so I was like, "You, we could do the butt," and he was like, "Yes." So maybe my daughter has some magnets. Maybe I'll seek them from her. Hers are like have like sticky stuff on one side though, so maybe I'll just order some cheap esque magnets from Amazon and do it. Hopefully, we can get what we need done in the next hour. There's no telling. Welcome in, Danny. How have you been doing? It always kills me. It always gives Danny like a cowboy themed intro. I know, no, long time no see. I see you in Carrots, but you haven't been in here in a while. I figure it was your new internship. Because I know you had finished one and we're going to start another one. And then from being in Carrots, I've heard that, it was another one that was finished and you were looking at another type of internship. I know you were talking about apartments and like one was finished but smaller or something like that. Something about furnished apartments. And I'm pretty sure I'll remember it incorrectly. Mainly because it's popping in and out in Carrots and hearing stuff. Or reading stuff, I guess I should. So busy. Hard to have all the yes. That's what I figure and that's fine. I figure stuff like that happens. It happens to me too, or just some weeks where I'm not really in the mood to like conversate in a lot of people's streams, so I just kind of lurky lurk. I'm there but not there. Ooh. We just with the last ad break, on the hour, we finished up our Lego building for the day and switched to finishing up this pumpkin spider. A drill burr is loose in chat for anyone who would like to do the pokies. It's almost like, betting on horse racing. Everybody get their bets in, everybody get their balls in. So one more round and then I count to double check. I know I'm neurotic. Like I'm so afraid I'm gonna like miss a row or have too many rows that I like mark as I do it and then still go back and count anyway. Welcome in, Kevin. I hope you're having a good day. We are supposed to get rain today sometime. And while logically I know we're in two very different places, it seems that when I have rain, you have rain. So yeah, no, that's right. So long story short, internships finished one beginning of August. 3 weeks later, started another one. This one ends in December. Got a full time job. Ooh, that's nice. That's fantastic that you have like a permanent position lined up. I know that can be like a nerve wracking thing. You're finished and now you need to earn money, but you don't always can't always find a job right away. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yep. Okay, that's connecty. Where did I put my skizzer? Yeah, it can be nerve wracking to find a new job, especially like it's I think one thing to be looking for a job while you have a job, and then it's completely different to me when you're like trying to find a job when you have no job or you're just starting out. I countered their initial offer and was so scared they're going to be like, "Nah, yeah, you can do it. What we offered or nothing at all." So I take the cleaner and fold it in half because of the length like these are, it works like perfectly. Like if it's like just right, and it gives it a little bit more stability, flexibility. The hubby had switched jobs this year. He wasn't really looking for another job, but a friend of his messaged him and was like, "Hey, my job is hiring. You should put in." And he was like, "I don't know if I really want to leave my job." And his friend was like, "This is how much it pays, and you get a company car." And I told him, I understand you don't want to necessarily leave the job you have, or you weren't planning on it anyway, but put your application in. Like, it doesn't hurt to put your application in. They may not even pull you for, an interview. Nope, not that. Started to hold the strings in the wrong direction or the wrong way. Let me slip my stitch marker in. And then it turned out that he liked what they said about the new job and how it would be. He travels more now with this job than he did with the previous job, but not a whole ton of like overnight per se. Just like drives around for the day and then comes home. So, and he makes quite a bit more at this new job than the last job, at least more to us. Some people might not consider it more, but we do. And that is helping pay down some of the bills, you know, towards our, as we talked about it last time, the debt snowball thing that helps with that. And as our kids are both in high school now, that comes with its own set of extra expenses, you know, yearbooks and class trips and all kinds of stuff. So, um, it allows the kids to do more of that without, so much belt tightening. So the first leg I didn't think about it and I did the leg all the way up and then I tried to turn it. I have since learned I do about 4 rows and then turn the leg. It's enough to like get it stable, but not so much that it's really hard to turn. So have they accepted the counter offer you gave, Danny? Apartments toured a few. Chose one building with 2 units available. The first one was empty, slightly bigger, slightly less rent. The second one was furnished, slightly smaller, slightly more rent, but they'd let me keep the furniture. Yeah, I remember you saying that in Carrots. But we worked it out where I could lease the bigger one and just move the furniture from the smaller one. That's fantastic. What freaked you out? We're making a pumpkin spider. I will let me finish this round and I will show you which parts of it I have started. This is the last leg that I need to crochet. Oh, that's fantastic then. Oh, heard your government name. You're like, who's calling me? So this is the part of the spider, like the spider body. It looks like a pumpkin. You can see it. It's squished into segments, and then that's like the eyes. It has 6 eyes because it's a spider. But and then these are the little leggies, and when you put, because we put the pipe cleaners in them, you can like bend them. So when we attach them, we'll be able to like go like this, you know. Um, and then I have a little, of course, little STEM. That's why I'm glad no one knows my real name. Well, I think we just found out Ninja's first name, even if we didn't mean to. Oh, what was the other thing I was looking at? Oh, I have showed it like 1 million times, but Danny's here and he didn't get to see it, so we'll show it again. I made a pizza bat. He can hug himself. I want to put magnets in so that this stays closed, like when he's hugging himself. And as recommended by someone else, we're gonna put a magnet in its butt so he can hang upside down. But I made this yesterday. A pizza bat. And I gave him like dark pink eyes. I still need to put like his little mouth and little vampire teeth on, but you know. Yeah, yeah, now he's a calzone. Listen, I went to visit Steele um in June, at the end of June, beginning of July, and she turned me on to this lady who does crochet patterns, and now I've been like nonstop. I'm like, I love them. I must have them all. I fully blame Steele. What am I doing? I feel like I messed up somewhere. No, I didn't. Okay. I felt like I messed up somewhere, but and I still kind of feel like I messed up somewhere, but no, I know what I'm doing now. Kind of, sort of, maybe things. Well, she had literally just moved. I went and took the kids with me, and we helped her get like her house organized. So I helped her. Like I was there when the movers came. She she got in like Thursday night, and I came like the next day, and so we I was there with her when the movers came, and I helped her like unpack and get everything sorted and stuff like that. I was like, I've done it enough times moving with the military that I am an excellent mover slash packer unpacker. Help you find a new home for all your crap in your new house. And I stayed for like 9 days or something like that. But we did other stuff. We were there, not just help her move. Like we went to the zoo and the aquarium, the Coca-Cola factory. Um, we went to like a natural history museum there too. I took the kids. We bought this thing called a city pass, and so it had like I think like 4 or 5 different kind of like touristy things. You know, zoo, aquarium, natural history museum, all those things. And you paid like one price, and then it got you entry into all the places that were attached to it, like included whatever. So there we go. So this is our last Spidey leg, and then I need to make the little fangs, and then we need to um yeah, we went to yeah. She doesn't live in Atlanta, but you know, close enough. Yeah, we did the Coca-Cola museum. She freaking got me. So I we're walking all through the museum. We did all the stuff, and then we get to the like the tasty bit where you can do the taste testing, and she's like, "Oh my god, you have to try this." The Beverly drink, oh my god, it's so nasty. And I was like, I can't believe you. I trusted you. I put a whole gulp in my mouth, not just a little bitty sip. That was so disgusting. I was like, that's it. I'm gonna poison your dinner tonight. I was like, that was so rude. After all the help I've given you, you got me with that nasty drink. I was like, I made you a jellyfish. I'm gonna take it back. I crocheted you a whole jellyfish, and I know you were planning on me doing it because you had the right color thread you wanted or yarn there waiting for me. So I knew you were planning on it. I was like, then you got me with that nasty drink. Yes. Oh my god, it's so nasty. She messaged me this weekend and she's like, guess where I am? And I was like, I don't know, no picture came through. And she's like, oh, dang it. And then she showed like a picture of the Beverly, and I was like, oh my god, nasty. Get that. Get it away. And she's like, we're here with Arun's parents. I was like, please tell me you didn't make Arun's poor parents drink that. She didn't answer me. Or at least I didn't see an answer. I was like, those poor people, don't do that to them. Wild Mudsdale? Oh, it's a horsey. But yeah, I'm glad I don't have to attempt to like shove fiber fill down these tiny little tubes. So, okay. Um, Steele is supposed to do a bit of a co-stream with me Saturday during my streamiversary, and we bought the same crochet pattern to make. It's like a ghost ice cream. I figure if I keep making fall related things, Mother Nature will get the hint that I'm done with like 90-degree weather and bring sweater weather. I caught Stitch. I caught the mud horse. I have just a few things left this week that I kind of need to work on. Um, like my husband got a new mic a while ago, so I stole his old snowball, and I need to add filters to it though, so like it doesn't, pick up ambient noise in the room and things like that. And then I just need to clean my desk off a little bit more. Um, so I have lots of room to like move things off to the side if needed. And I think I just like decided today that I'm going to add back in my wheel of chaos, but not so much for like as a redeem, more as like spin it and see what we do for the hour um for later, like after we finish like the initial build and things like that. Um Stuff like that. Come on, slide back through the holes. um the boy child started his freshman year. He's still doing the at home schooling. Um, but and I try like the last year or so, like I've been teaching him kind of like how to take notes, like when a word is highlighted on the screen in like the how do I want to say it? Because they'll have like, this is lesson 1.02 in science, and then you kind of go through it. It would be almost like a chapter in a textbook, but it's all digital. Um, like when a word is highlighted on screen, like in bold print or a different color print, it's a good idea to write it down and write down the definition or like what it's talking about. And then, like for math equations, write down the math equation, write down the example they gave of the math equation, things like that. Like if it shows, hey, this symbol is whatever, write the symbol down and write what it means. But now that he's like really started high school, I'm like, all those things I've been kind of hinting at, you need to do. Like you really need to take notes. Because they're a little more like lenient on open book stuff when they're like in middle school and junior high, but now that he's in high school, they're like, we expect you to treat it as like closed book, no notebook unless like other ways stated. So I'm like, you gotta take those notes so you know what you're talking about, so you can study, or at least like reference it before you take the test, like look over it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yep. Only 3 more rounds on this. So there's this one lady, I see her like reels all the time, and she doesn't use this other hand at all. So like everything is done with this one hand. And I always like, and she does it so fast. But you're not saying that. You're not saying it, but you're also not saying it. Is that what you're saying? Well, he's taking geometry this year. He takes 10th grade math and 10th grade computer, or I shouldn't say 10th grade computer, but like level 2 of the computer course, because he took level 1 last year as a freshman, and he took algebra or not as a freshman, as an 8th grader, and he took algebra last year as an 8th grader. So his schedule looks real interesting. We went to like a back to school thing where you can meet some of the teachers. It's only against the rules. I say that all the time. It's only against the rules if you get caught. Like speeding's only wrong if you get pulled over. 12, 6, okay. But so we're going around, and then they have a little thing like they give you. It's because he has male DNA, Alex. Unfortunately, I mean, not that girls can't be assholes too, but I find it's more the male species. Um, I have one of those too. Mine's an arsehole as well. Um, but they were going around like, you meet the teachers, and one of the stations was like, they would give you some pencils, some notebooks, some things like that, so you could take notes at home, like things like that. And the guy's like, "What grade are you in?" And he's like, "I'm a freshman." And he's like, "Oh, so you know so and so for algebra?" And he's like, "No, I'm taking geometry this year." And the teacher was just, huh? Like he was so confused. And then he like recovered and he was like, "Oh, well, I only know that one teacher." Okay, that is 17, even though I've counted like 5 times throughout the process and wrote things down. It's still 17. What did he do, Alex? Okay, last pipe cleaner. better when I did. Book talk. Well, the book I'm reading currently came out today. And brick text. Okay. Let me finish this leg. So I folded the pipe cleaner in half because it's like the perfect length. I've just been trying to get him to pick what he wants for lunch at school for the week. And he was just being so annoying and not wanting to commit to it. Listen, be like, I give you 3 chances. After that, you get what I give you. Our favorite saying is you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Which, is counteractive because they almost always throw a fit, even after saying the saying. So, book talk. I'm reading a book called Isolated by A.K. Evans. I believe it's supposed to be the last one in this series. It's called Harper Security Inc. And I believe it's supposed to be the last one. It's like book 21. So, I mean, the series has had a nice long run. Um, he's the last basically single guy at work, right? Like a lot of ham sandwiches, then you wouldn't tell me what you wanted. So I had to make a choice. There and this piece. So he where he goes to the gym, there's this girl who also goes to the gym. They go like really early in the morning, so they're one of only a couple people there at that time of day. And they both like each other, but don't tell the other one that they like each other. Because they both don't want to be like that weird person at the gym, like trying to pick somebody up. And oh, did I not take? No, I did. Nope, here it is. Yeah, so that's 8 leggers. Our little friend has 8 legs now, or will have 8 legs. Um, anyway, so they get to talking one day, and he's like, "Oh, I went to a wedding this weekend," and she was like, "Oh, you did?" And he's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Did you have fun? Did you dance?" And he's like, "Well, I didn't take anybody, so I didn't really dance." And she's like, "Oh, well, next time you need a date for a wedding, I'm it. Like hit me up." And he was like, "Oh, does she maybe want more than friendship? Like, would it be okay to ask her out? Is that kind of what she's hinting at?" Anyway, so they just keep working out 4 days a week like normal. And then he notices that she's not quite as bubbly as she normally is, and he asks her what's wrong, and she's just like, "No, don't worry about it." And okay. Um sorry. Push. This first stitch is always hard to like get into. I keep trying to tell myself to make it looser and then I don't. Um but anyway, so he asks her what's wrong and she doesn't really want to tell him. She tells him, there's been stuff like more stressful at work than normal. And he just kind of lets it go. Like, she'll tell me if she wants to know, don't push. And so then she shows up that same day at his work. And he's like, at first he's like shocked that she's there. And then he goes, "What are you doing? Like, why are you here? Like, do you need help? Is something wrong? Like, that you need a private security person?" And she was like, "Well, you told me if I ever need to talk to come to you." And he's like, "Okay, but I'm guessing it has to be really bad because it's the middle of the day and you're not at work." And so she goes on to tell him that recently she was told like 7 or 8 months ago she was given a promotion at work. And then recently she was told that she's doing so well that the guy who wants to retire at the end of the year, she's going to get his job essentially, which will make her like VP of marketing at her job. And then things start to go like wrong. It's more that I know he won't like most of it. I saw that it was like fish fingers on Friday and he said he didn't want it because it came with peas. Well, you can eat the fish fingers but not the peas. Yeah, you don't eat them as long as you eat everything else. And yeah, like you don't have to like the whole meal, but you gotta eat. You gotta pick something. One and two, just pick what you'll eat most of. Um, right. So like things start to go wrong at work. Like first, she misses an important. Like she's not there at a meeting, and she's never missed a meeting before. And she goes back through her email and she never got an email that the meeting time had changed. And so she goes to talk to the guy. Most of them know he won't even. Yeah. School lunches are hard. Like, unless you're willing to eat just about anything, school lunches are hard if you have any kind of like aversion. So this is its little like fangy thing. Um, and then um, yeah, yeah, Crazy will eat anything that won't eat him first, and even the things that would eat him first. If he can kill it first, he's off game. Um, and she talks to the guy who scheduled the meeting, and he shows her on his thing, like the email he sent out. She's the first person on the thing, but she never received the email. And then, uh, like a thing on a calendar changed, and like everybody shares the same calendar at work, kind of a deal, like so if one person updates it, it updates for everybody, but hers doesn't update. So then she misses, like she's late for something else. And it's really weird. And so like plus they hired this consultant guy, and now everybody's like, "Oh, you're trying to get us all fired," kind of a deal. That's totally, she wasn't even part of who hired the assault consultant. So it's really not her fault. But it's more along the lines of like, you got a promotion just not that long ago and now you're getting another one, kind of a like weirdness. And sorry, my yarn is trying to do things. Um So the boss was like, "Why don't you take the rest of the week off? Relax, like, but if you don't turn things around, I'm going to have to think about whether you just, you'll get that new promotion or we have to find somebody else." And so he offers to come over and check her computer, like, I don't know, maybe somebody did something, like to make it so I have a meeting in like 15 minutes, but I don't see the three other people who are supposed to be in it. Uh-uh. Maybe they'll all show up like last minute, like walk in the door when the meeting's supposed to start, or on a Zoom as soon as the meeting's supposed to start. My obsession with never being late would never allow me to do that, but whatever floats your boat. I'm perpetually worried about being late. I hate being late. Like, even in a Zoom meeting, 10 minutes ahead of time, I'm logged in. I'm weird. I'm sorry. You just have to show up and listen. That's not necessarily a bad thing sometimes. It's like being the fly on a wall. Like, you're there, but you have no responsibility. Okay, you have 3 rounds. So then let's pull this and this. Cut a tail for sewing. Pull through. Then push it the other way. Um, yeah, so he feels so bad. He's like, I came over here hoping I could help her out. He can't find anything on her computer. And so he's like, I'm sorry, I can't. I have no idea like why it isn't, why you're not getting your email, or why the calendar didn't update for you. Um but all is not lost because they agree to start seeing each other. Come back here, you piece of yarn. You're supposed to stay inside. And that's about where I am in the book. It's I don't know, a quarter, a third of the way through the book. Okay, so now we are on to assembly semblin our spider. Okay. Um Mouth. You're gonna show me. Okay, I need to get black yarn to do the mouth real quick. Okay. Sorry, I moved like a whole bunch of stuff like out of the way. So when I did my Lego, it wouldn't be in the way. But now, you know, you're gonna find it on my desk where I put it. I need this. And I always pull out one of these thinner hooks to help pull yarn in. Which the one I'm looking for? I guess I'll do this one. None of these are like sharp needles. They're, you know, just. The guy leading orientation at the new interp told everyone, "You certainly can start seeing a coworker, but I know I wouldn't want to. Why add more pressure to work?" Like that's how I feel about like dating where you work. Like it's a slippery slope because what happens if it doesn't work out? Then there could be like, because if you go on like 1 or 2 dates and it doesn't work out, you don't feel that bad. You're like, okay, whatever, we tried, nothing happened. I think I'd be fine if the girl would in a definitely not the same department. But you run the risk if it turns into something long term and then it ends, you're like, well, now I have to see you at work every day. Okay, with the black yarn, make a straight line going between the two. Oh, going between the two pieces of yarn that separate their 20 millimeter eyes. I like to make my smile roughly row 11. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. See, I'm trying to get better at this whole adding, adding things to the like faces and whatnot. There's like a good way to do it, and then there's like the best way to do it. Look, we have a little mouth. Should I have maybe done it more than one time? No, I think one row is fine. So then we tie it in a knot, and then we use our smaller hook and we pull it inside. Right? He looks so cute. He's like really squishy. He didn't seem to like, no matter how much stuff I've stuffed him with, he didn't want to seem to firm up very much. So he's, he's really floofy. Okay, then we want to attach. We gotta stuff these a little bit. Watch the fun of trying to get any amount of fluff in this tiny space. And since, you know, this piece doesn't want to stay in there, tell that to Steele. She keeps asking for updates on the girl I was talking to at my last internship. Yeah, like there's nothing wrong with being friends with somebody you work with, but it can make more trouble than there needs to be at work. I think Steele just would like for everybody to have somebody. You know, not necessarily like I shouldn't say it, like wants everybody to be happy, and if that means like with another person, then she wants you to find that person. Okay, so it says attach these little things to both sides. They should be just beside the piece of yarn and cover up part of the mouth line. Okay, I need to like they're talking about how to do the mouth, but there's no picture of the mouth. So I gotta scroll up to like a different part of the pattern. So they want it like kind of like this, like sticking out. So I always do it with the starting part like down at the bottom where it's less likely to be seen. And I'm not still like in the getting better stage of like sewing pieces on to my crochet projects, like attaching pieces. So you have to bear with me if it looks a little less than stellar. Yes, as long as that work wife stays in bounds, because I'm not afraid to bury a body. Some women do that because they want, you know, a more serious thing with you or with guys, and then they trying to start trouble where trouble don't need help starting. Okay, so we have one of however you pronounce these things. It's like chinacula or something. I don't know. Spider fangs. That's what we're calling them. Get in the hole. Yeah, like you can have a fun relationship with somebody, like a joke, a friendship, but some people take that too far. Like they start like that and then things lead somewhere else. I mean, I have plenty of friends that are guys. Uh so it's not like I'm like you can't have friends with the opposite sex. That's not what I'm saying at all. I have tons of friends who are guys who would joke the same way maybe if we worked, together or in the same kind of place. But I also think like it's some people make that joke to begin with, like we're a husband and wife, and then they try to make that more than what it is. Ooh. I obviously don't have a stream anything. Where I guess I technically have a stream real husband, but he's really my husband. So okay. Sorry if I'm kind of getting at a camera with this, but I had him before I started streaming. So now he's got two, whatever, however you pronounce them. Okay, because it's you have I have Carrot and Stream, or Carrot and Steel. They are my peoples. Um, as it's spelled Chelice, Celery, Chilicory. I don't know. The spider fangs, and that's what I'm sticking with. And then we need to stuff our stem. Now they didn't have it included in the pattern, but one of the pictures at the end, which is generally like people who made samples for her, like tested the pattern, has like a little curly Q stem they added, and I was like, I could do that. It looks just like a tentacle. Let's try to make sure it's centered. And this is different yarn than the rest of the project is made with, but frankly, I had such a hard time finding brown yarn in general for some reason that finally I was like, I don't care that it looks that it's different. It's the same weight yarn, but it's not like silky smooth like the other yarn. It's more textured. So, but I also thought, as Crazy said, that it might look better because it's supposed to be like the carrot stem part. You know what I mean? So maybe the fact that it's got more texture would make it, you know, not detract from it, is what I'm trying to say. Ooh, Crazy caught the pokey pokey. Maybe I should just turn the camera more this way since I keep like pulling it towards myself. I don't want to pull the segment string. Take our time. Come on, get in. There we go. Okay. So you can kind of see the difference in the yarn, like the way it looks compared to like how this looks in the rows. But like I said, I figure with it being like the pumpkin stem, it might not necessarily be a bad thing. Oh, come on. Go through. There we go. Pull it back inside there. We're gonna have ads in about 30 seconds ish. Part of me wants to, well, I did kind of like, I don't know, do a little tie on there to make sure those don't move. Now we gotta attach our spotty legs. Okay, those are the last things we have to attach. It says to determine the exact bending position you want for the legs. I like to attach mine in a line with the 18 millimeter eye, which is this eye. So like this line here, like roughly, that line. Around row 13 to 14. So let's see. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Fantastic. That was right there. And because they're on the same like line, it should just carry over to the other side. So I'm just going to move that further over here. Before beginning to attach the legs, it can be helpful to push the ends of the pipe cleaner wire into the spider body first to line them up and decide spacing. Once all the legs are attached, finish off weaving the ends, and then congrats, you've made a pumpkin spider. So obviously 4 legs and 4 legs. So roughly there, right? So she has one leg here, like roughly here. Yeah. Sorry, I'm like, where am I? Roughly here, 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 and then like one there that would be like across the body. No, I don't want you. I want to keep that to mark the line. So she talks about pushing the pipe cleaner like into the body. I had pushed it completely down in the leg. But if you think about it, the bottom of the leg doesn't necessarily need one. So we'll do this. And then we want roughly this eye, like right here. That's roughly where we want it. And I mean, we can push it back completely into the leg once we get it attached. I think if you're going to date somebody that works the same place as you, making your expectations clear is the best way. Like if you plan for it only to be like a friends with benefits thing, be clear about that. If you're looking for it to be more, be clear about that. Like I think being very clear with your intentions is the best bet. Like if I literally only want to be friends with you, that's like even if you're not intending to try to date the person, but like just being very clear about where you stand with things is probably the best. I'm giving it like going around twice just to give it like a sturdier attachment to the body since we want them to be bendable. I don't want it to just kind of be like, oh, we pulled off. Okay, so this is our first leg. Yeah, to be clear about your intentions. This way, yeah, you're not wasting anybody's time or like some people, well, you led me on. Did I really? Or, you know, was there a miscommunication or a misunderstanding? Like I assumed you were okay with it. Well, that's not the best course of action, assuming. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure that you can see it and I can see it and that everybody can see what I'm doing. It's kind of working and kind of not. I'm sorry. It is like a good thing overall. Like just be clear with people. Like it goes both ways. There's always going to be somebody, whether it's male or female, that might or has the potential to make things seem different than they are. You know, and that's why it's don't shit where you eat. Why it's a can be a little bit of an added worry at work when you date somebody that works for the same place you do because some people will try, you know. Yep, normal time 2:30. Well, I get in line at 2:30, but that is neither here nor there. I figure if I get this done on stream, great. If not, that's good too. Right? We you still guys still watched me struggle bus it to get things working or attached. It has two legs. And it might be a little bit easier on the other side because I can kind of like match them up across. With every crochet thing where I attach things, I get a little bit better. And then sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm doing fantastic. I know what I'm doing. And then I'm like, wow, that was horrible. That was not a good attach job at all. Yeah, I think no matter the gender, there are always going to be people who, when they don't get their way, are willing to make trouble for others. Especially the people that stopped them from getting their way or broke up with them or whatever. So, and that is not necessarily like a new thing. That's like a beginning of time thing. Okay, one more leg for this side. This one, the pipe cleaner got pushed way down in there. So I think we'll only get about half the legs sewn on before we have to end stream. Um, but that's okay. I'll put a picture in Discord of what it looks like after I sew the other ones on. I don't know what we'll work on Thursday. Maybe we'll make more jellyfish eyeballs, full size ones Thursday with the leftover time. I don't know what we'll do. We'll do something. Fear not, I can find a craft to fill the time. Maybe maybe I'll put a poll in Discord and ask what craft we want to attempt um Thursday with the extra time. Okay. Anybody have a suggestion on a raid out person? Come here, little hook. Oh, come on. What am I getting stuck on? There we go. I would do eyeball keychains Thursday, but the stuff isn't coming in till Friday. So I cannot do eyeball keychains Thursday when the stuff is not coming in the mail till Friday, Alex. But I will have them set up for Saturday as an option to work on sometime during the stream anniversary. I would gladly work on some on Thursday, but I cannot when the product has not come in yet. Neothermic, they are good. I like them. I like their choo choo train. They have commands, redeems that you can make their choo choo train move. Sometimes, if you're good enough, you can make it derail. Sometimes, if the day is going a little wonky, you can derail a train. I have never done it, but I have seen it happen. Okay, we'll finish stuffing these in and then give you a look see of what it looks like when we bend the legs. Get in the hole. And sorry if I keep kind of moving out of frame. It's a it's an on the move thing. Okay, let's try to make sure our pipe cleaner is completely back in our leg, from where we So this is kind of what it looks like when you get the little legs attached. Like I said, I have the other side to do, but that's roughly what it looks like. Isn't it so adorable? It's got a wonky fang. And keep in mind, I only got two colors for the irises because I wasn't trying to buy like a ton of that um weight of yarn because I'd really only use it for the eyeballs. So I wasn't trying to buy like a ton of that weight. So I bought black, white, red, and blue. But if we like them, I can always, get more. Okay, I'm trying to make sure the pipe cleaner is like completely back in the leg. There we go. Whoop, whoop. Is very cute. Okay, let us pull up the right thing so we can braid. But yes, I will put a picture in Discord of when it's completely finished, but I think it looks very cute. Let's see. Thank you to everyone who hung out today. Hopefully, you enjoyed the Lego building and our spider creation today. Let's do following because I'm sure I'm following her. There she is. Ooh, she's doing the new botanical hibiscus, however you say that. Um, but yes, I will be back Thursday. We will do more building on the Riverside Scholars, and then the second half or second or last hour we will do more crafting of some kind. We can make more regular sized eyeballs, or we can make more bees. I can make a beer bee. I have enough for that. I have enough yellow. I'm running low on the yellow. I need to get more of that too. But I didn't think about it when I went to the store yesterday. But let's do stream ending. Thank you for everybody for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed what we did. I hope you enjoy coming here. We'll be back Thursday. Again, more building, more crafting. We could always play a game too. But Crazy has off this week, so he will be doing. I'm good for whatever, Kevin, and you just let me know the time that works for you. We can play Satisfactory. We can play another game. I'm pretty go with the flow. Let me do her Raidy Raid shout out, or no, not shout out, raid. Neo Thermic. One day I will get better at this. Probably not anytime soon, but um yes, Kevin, I'm good at whatever time, whatever game you want to play. I suck at the ranch game, but honestly, what is with the 8 boards at freaking once? I just want to plop and there be a house because I have the supplies. I don't want to have to build it eight things at a time. Um, but Crazy will be streaming Wednesday and Friday, and I will be back Thursday and then Saturday for the stream anniversary with lots of fun things for us to do. Um, but yes, I hope everyone enjoyed today, and I look forward to seeing you again, whether in my stream, somebody else's stream, your own stream, whatever works. I did finally get that because I have to use the virtual camera. I did finally get it to like see the virtual camera and allow it to be as part of the drop down. So when I do the co-stream on Saturday, it should in theory work with minimal disruption in theory, and hopefully are more appropriate. But yes. Copy. So I hope everybody has a great day and a good whatever part of the week until I see you again. Maybe next time I won't fold the pipe cleaner, or maybe I'll twist two together because I feel like I don't know, after trying to shove it inside the guy, it's wonky. Live and learn. Bye bye, Alex. Have a great day.